Is May the 8th.
It is.
You. Hello. She did that with my back turned.
Your back wasn't turned. You were looking
Hi.
down, but I thought you'd see me use my poker.
I'm Dipper.
I'm Lori.
And this one? Yeah. Lori.
Yes, I said
It's your weekly dose from Tom Sewing.
Yes, and Country Folk
And Burnaby Sewing.
Yes.
And, you know, the whole group of us.
yes, there's a lot of us trying to keep us all out of trouble.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't work, but we do try. This is the point.
Yes.
So that just happened. Bang. I didn't even know she was turning it on. So
Well, that's okay, because usually what you take and do is you make some little thing, and then we're all both laughing, and then we're like, ha ha ha. So this time we started it sophisticated.
yeah, they won't know us that way.
I know.
I don't think there's anybody who would know me that way, but hey, hey.
We can try. The sun's out today.
It is.
It is
And
nice.
it's supposed to get warm.
It is supposed to be up to 20 degrees away from the water. Almost bikini weather.
Yeah, didn't even do that back in the day. But, and not going to happen now.
I wear bikinis all the time. Underneath
Yes,
shirts
exactly.
and t-shirts and
Yes,
coats.
yes. Okay, but I don't think those kinds of things matter anymore. It reminds me of when I see some of the things that people wear. Reminds me of a song by Loretta Lynn, and there's one line in that she wears more to parties than I wear, less than to party. I wear more in swimming than she wears to parties.
Oh boy.
And I've seen it. I've watched it, and it just kind of. Can you tell how old I am? Yes. Okay, let's go.
All right. We got, I don't know if anyone's seen that picture last week with Jen outside the store.
Oh, yes.
More fabric. It is that time of year. It's just where we are
It's
freshening
going to start
up everything.
rolling in. Yeah,
Just
there'll
constant.
be,
So there is,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
It's on the shelves, sort of. It's on the shelves. We still
I think they're still sorting to cut to send to Country Folk and
a little
what
bit
stays here. So
well, that and
'cause
just
was a
getting it
lot of
organized,
fabric.
just getting
Yes.
it organized to where it actually needs.
Getting it into inventory, getting the pictures up. It was it was
Yep.
because it's a lot of
It
fabric.
showed up because I know Carrie knew it was coming, but
a couple of days ahead of time.
almost a week
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
So so she was like, and so yeah.
And
so
Saturday was really busy with the fabric sale.
yes.
So
yeah.
bear that in mind next time.
They were trying to make room for it before there was room for it.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, come on down if you haven't been down to either of our fabric stores.
Yeah. Check us out.
Yeah, come on down. Check out the new. Yeah, check out the fabric. No.
Yeah, or check it out online. And
Yeah.
if if you're not somebody who likes to go to stores, that's me. I do a lot of online. So
Yeah, it's all up online.
Everything's online. Check it out and pick out what your favorites are
There's lots.
before they're gone.
There's some really nice stuff that comes in.
Yeah. It's
So, yeah.
it's hard to say no.
Yeah, I haven't figured that one out yet.
How to say no?
Yeah, not when it comes to fabric.
No, that's a toughie. Or my other problem is embroidery patterns. That's something else.
Oh, we don't talk about that one.
That's right. It's like
Yeah.
yeah. When I go back into the old files at home on my laptop, I'm going, I forgot about that. Or sometimes when I add it to the cart and the company comes back, oh, you've already purchased this one. It's like, oh, thank you very much. I'll go look for it now.
Yeah. We have right now our sale is on the Iris thread.
Yes.
So the email went out. You can check that out on the thing. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it went out this morning. I got it.
Yeah, it did. I saw it.
So
yeah.
we've got that. But the big news is we have a lot of new classes up on the website.
Yes.
Somebody's been complaining about the dates, but that's okay.
Why would you? I mentioned some of these classes, and now they're scheduled on days I'm not here.
She's the one.
Okay.
And I'll rerun it.
And your point?
I'll rerun it.
You better.
I will.
I'll hold you. You heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but no, we've got lots of classes coming up, and we've got lots of we've got some other teachers that are still working on their list. So, just keep watching the website and the class schedule,
and check your emails, because Carrie does send it out in an email when new classes are up in the schedule, and just keep checking, because there's bound to be something you like.
Yeah. So most of the ones I've got in right now, because I am primarily the machine embroidery teacher. So some of the stuff, so if you're into that, I've got a really cute wall hanging from Sweet Pea that's coffee time, and so it'll look so cute, because it comes in different sizes, but it looks so cute, like on your cupboard where you keep all your coffee supplies. It'd be so cute there. We've got background quilting coming up. The primary focus is the clear blue tiles from Kimber Bell. The biggest thing with those they're not just, you don't have to use just Kimber Bell patterns for those.
Yes,
so I'm going to show you how you can pull in some other things in some different ways. So that's going to be fun. That one is, though, only an in-person. We won't be doing that one Zoom. It's too hands-on-y.
There's a new phrase for you.
Hands-on-y?
Yes. I've heard a handsy, but
well, no, we don't want a handsy class. That's going to get me fired and arrested. So
arrested, definitely. Maybe not fired.
Well, no, it'll get
we
me
live
fired.
In a different era now.
Oh, well, no, it'll still get me fired. So we have that. What else? I have to pull up my calendar. I've been working on so many that I don't
there's the Christmas Advent calendar.
Yes.
It is so cute.
It is cute. It's very versatile. I got to get my sample up. The picture that's there is not...
Well, it's a little busy.
Okay, it's a lot busy. It doesn't really truly show
what's in there,
what it's capable of doing.
Because it can be used two ways. You can use the little ornaments that you make, or you can actually, they have pockets. You can actually put something in it. And so it's a double duty.
Yeah, it's very versatile, because you can do it very cutesy and juvenile for like little kids. You can do it for like teenagers, a little bit more that way, or you can do it adults. It's one of those things. We have, I'm just a few coming up. Mm-hmm. We have Designs by Juju. We have a seasonal table topper. And so they come in groups of 3, but there's one it is for, because it's an American company, so they've done it very much red, white, and blue. I'm going to show you how to make that Canadianized. Yes. And so...
I like the pillow.
We do. And then,
I'm thinking of making my daughter one. She's in Ottawa. They make a big deal of... Way bigger a deal than the rest of the country does on Canada Day. Trust me, been there, done that, and it's huge there.
Yeah, so we have the Canada Day pillow. Yep. We did that a while ago. We're going to bring, we've had so many people who missed out on it or are new to embroidery and want to do it. So that's coming up. What else? We have our new class, Embroidery Experience.
Yes.
So this is a weekly class. Now this is not the same.
A weekly class?
Sorry, monthly class.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not that ambitious. It is going to be a monthly class. So we still have Kimber Bell Club, where we're going to be doing the digital dealer exclusives and all that kind of stuff. This one is going to be hands-on, in person, where we actually make something. And we are going to be using designs from different companies. And each month we'll focus on either a technique or different mediums to use, or different ways to kind of display it or whatever. So there's some really cool projects that are coming up for that one. Yeah. So we do have both in person and Zoom. Zoom will not be quite as sewing and hands-on. Just it's too hard to do it that way. Yeah, no. But we'll still cover a lot of stuff with that. If you are new to embroidery, this will be a great class, because you'll really get to learn some new stuff. But if you are new, do take the in-person one, not the Zoom, because with the Zoom class, there's more expectation that you know what you're doing.
Pretty much. So take a few in-person ones, get some experience, get some knowledge, spend some time with Lori. to get in there, and then you can start taking.
So I've got lots of classes coming up.
Yes.
The supply lists are slowly coming in. Just the further out it is, we're working on them. If you are taking a class and you need to know some information on the classes or whatever, I am here for like the first Thursdays, except for June. It's the second one. Like the EMB and me. You can use that time to come to the store. You know, I should be here.
She'll be here. Yeah.
Come and then you can ask questions about some of the classes. I can help you pick fabrics at that point. All those kind of things. So that's a lot of fun stuff. Just if you're coming, let me know. That way I can expect you, and I kind of can plan out the day a little bit. So if I know who's all coming. If you just need to pop by, just let me know. Say, hey, I'm going to be stopping by the store. Then I know to expect you a little bit. Again, most of my students probably know how to reach me anyways. Via email.
She gives that information out.
Via email or text. If you have questions, just, with all that kind of stuff, reach out and I'll happily help you get all set up for that.
Anybody will. So, but this is the best one.
Of course I'm the best. like there was a doubt with that.
I should have thought that through.
Should have. Anyways. All right. So since we've talking about, a lot of the classes that are coming, well, my classes anyways, embroidery, today we're actually going to talk about stabilizers. Not all of them, because there's a lot of information to know with that one. And so here's a thought. Okay. We listen to what you guys are saying, whether when you ask questions in the store, when you ask questions in class, all those kind of things. And we take that feedback, and that's what we use to kind of plan out some of our weekly doses. Because if one person's asking the question, chances are there's many people asking the same question. So we tend to plan these things out probably about, a couple months in advance. So we know what we're doing, planning it, yada, yada, yada. If there's something that you want to see, let us know, whether you leave a suggestion at the store, whether you leave a suggestion like in the comment section on YouTube or Facebook.
You can email me.
Email Deborah, because she loves email. Just let us know, and we'll get that stuff popped in there.
Exactly.
So, then we know what you guys are looking for, and
we can address concerns, interests, wants, whatever, if they come to us. We can do that.
So one of the things that ends up always happening not always, but most of the time, is when, they come to class, or I've seen people, they've been handed a whole bunch of supplies from somebody who's like, oh, they were into embroidery, they gave me all this stuff, I don't know what this is, or, they hear, this type of stabilizer and all this other kind of stuff, and they're very confused of what's what and where and all that kind of stuff. So today we're going to kind of give you the basics on Washaway Stabilizer, because I find that one to be right off the bat the most confusing, interesting, whatever it is.
But it's extremely versatile.
So there's a lot of different ones. So
hence the confusion.
So what I'm going to take and do is I've got there's 4 main types of Washaway Stabilizer. Okay. So I got my notes here so I don't forget stuff, because otherwise I'll just and then I'll go, dang, I forgot to say that. And I'll still do it anyways. But okay, so there's the 4 main types. There is the Washaway, which here I got this so you guys can see. I cut a little piece off. Okay, so this one is the Washaway that is a fabric weave. Okay,
put something behind it so they can.
Yeah, my face.
It's hard to see.
I'll hold it up a little bit. Like there's not much there, but basically what it is, it's just like a fiberish weave. Yeah. Okay. Nice and strong.
Yes.
Okay. This one is probably going to be the most common used one that you're going to use.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
To get more stability, you would just, hoop 2 or 3 layers or whatever. But this one is a Kimberbell brand, and I'll take some of the different brands there are. I find it super stable. And so for a lot of projects where I would have had to do 2 or 3 layers, I usually can get
Just
away
go
with one
Okay.
of this one. It's really, really good. It's going to depend on the density of your project. And usually where you would want to put a couple of layers would be if you're doing something like a freestanding lace where there's a lot of stitching with it. So it's very versatile. You can add extra layer and it washes away so super easy. Kimberbell one will wash away in cooler water, which is good because the other ones you needed to use more warmer or hotter water to wash it away where it didn't leave that sticky residue behind. Well, a lot of your embroidery threads are polyester or rayon or something along that lines, and then those threads would bleed. So you had to watch for that. Okay. So this way you can wash it away with like the cooler temperature. So this one is my favorite.
Okay.
And use quite a bit of it. Now before this one came out, the main one that was used a lot is this plastic stuff. Okay. It just, it looks like cheap vinyl.
Yeah, it does. Really, yeah.
Okay.
It feels like cheap vinyl.
Scrubbing my cheap vinyl. Okay, so this one was kind of the first little stuff that came out. And when it was used for freestanding lace, because that was kind of where you would start to use this stuff. And the earlier stuff of freestanding lace, there wasn't a lot of density. There wasn't a lot of necessarily stuff to it. The problem with this is because it is plastic, when you start doing like satin stitches, it would cut right out.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
So it as the projects became more and more stitch dense, and this became kind of out. But the pros of this is that there's a lot of starch in here, and so it really makes whatever it is nice and stiff, and that was one of the things that this was good for. So what would happen is this washes out really easy. Doesn't take a lot to wash it out. This takes a lot more to wash it out. But it also leaves it gummy unless you really wash it out really good. Yeah. But it'll absorb into the fabrics more and leave it a lot more stiff. So when you'd have things that you needed that form, this was good. Right. So here's a hint. This, layer this, and layer that. And you probably get... So you get kind of the best of both worlds. You get... So
it's going to hold together
so it doesn't punch out. Yeah. But this also. You just have to watch that you really, really wash out. This is going to need more warmer water to do it, to wash it out. It can leave a sticky residue. If you're doing things, this is kind of equivalent. So if you are familiar with OESD and their Badge Master, this is what it is. It's just a little more heavier.
Oh, okay.
Badge Master is a little more heavier duty. So if you're doing like badges and stuff and you really need that stiffness to it, this is the one that you really want to use. Yeah. You just really want to make sure you wash it out. Okay, so the next one that's commonly used quite a bit is the Washaway Sticky. Okay, so it is the weave. I'm going to pull this off. It's like a giant sticker. Okay, I didn't bring hoops, so I didn't show how to hoop it because there's a couple of different ways. But it's the weave fabric. It's the fabric weave, but it's sticky. It's like a giant sticker. This has been around for a little bit. The problem that we always found with some of the older stuff is, and you have to watch with sticky back stuff, is that stickiness will gum up your needle. And a lot of people don't realize it. See, I know that some people will take and make a, they kind of do a homemade version of it, and they'll spray SF101 on their stabilizer. You can do that on the Washaway, because we'll start to dissolve it. But when you start adding sticky stuff to your needles, it will gum up those needles. Now, there are different types of needles, and that's a whole other thing that can kind of reduce that. But people would get frustrated because they'd start to stitch, and then they were getting thread breakage constant, and they couldn't figure out what it is. It's because there is residue of the stickiness on your needle. And the sticky back stuff, whether it was tearaway or Washaway, was really bad. The worst was the Washaway. The Washaway just, so it was a problem. Kimberbell brand Washaway or sticky back Washaway, we have found that is not a problem, or very little. If you do happen to find that you're breaking things, you just have a cotton ball with
alcohol.
there we go, rubbing alcohol, not
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
Dang, my needle's all sticky. Shut a wine.
There's nothing wrong with
I didn't say, but the glass of wine is not going to do anything for the sticky needle.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel better, but it's not going to do anything for that
Not going to
needle.
stop the needle.
So you just take it and then clean off that needle and then continue. But if you find that it's doing that quite a bit, it can get quite frustrating. But the Kimberbell stuff is great for me.
Okay.
That it doesn't do that. And where you would use this stuff for is when you're using blanks. So, and you need perfect placement. So if you're doing like a towel and you're putting initials on it or something, and you need that perfect placement, well, you're not hooping it, you're floating it, and if you float it on just the regular stuff, it will shift. This way is you know exactly where it's going to do. You pop it down on that sticky and it stays. So towels, blanks, all those kind of things. And then it washes away so that there's no stabilizer left. Yeah, so I got those ones. Now, this is where things kind of get confusing. Is there is a stuff called Washaway Topper or Toppy. Okay, it is, I like to call it like Saran wrap. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see it. It's very flimsy. It's got a little bit of texture on one side, flat, smooth on the other side. This is not to be hooped.
Yeah, no.
This has as much stability as a jellyfish.
Yeah, it has none.
It doesn't have any. It's not meant to be hooped. What the purpose of this is when you're doing things on like a towel, like something with loft, like so a terry towel, those kind of things, anything. What do I have? I have towels, especially a pile, leather, felt, even my brain is just so dead. Flannel. There we go. That's the word.
Yeah, okay.
Anything that has a bit of texture to it or loft. You take and put this over top of it. So you would put your towel down, place it, and then put this on top, and then the rough side is supposed to go down against the fabric or whatever it is. And then you kind of tape it in place with your handy dandy Kimberbell tape.
That's right, yeah.
Your best friend. And then you tape it down and then you stitch it. Now, because it is plastic, as you go intense, it will kind of cut it out a little bit. But what it does is it creates a barrier between the towel or your fabric and the stitches so that they sit above.
They don't disappear.
Yeah, they don't disappear into that loft. And so the design actually stands out and pops. And because all those stitches, and then it packs it down, so when this stuff washes away, the stitches still stand up. Still stand on there. The other places that I like to use it is if you're doing lettering, especially fine line lettering. You want to use this because, again, it's going to keep those stitches above the fabric so that you can see them. So, and then it just tears away the excess, and then you just wash it away. If you can't wash whatever it is, and you find there's a little spray bottle, and
just wet it.
Wet it, and it'll go away.
Take a little longer, but
the key is with this one. Okay, this stuff is very sensitive to moisture in the air. You'll notice it's pretty stiff. It actually, as it gets older, by a week, it will start to get stiffer and stiffer because of moisture in the air. Keep it in a zippy bag.
Keep it in something.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Especially around here where we've got so much moisture in the air, it's just kind of disturbed. I mean, that's why this one is so crunchy. It doesn't come this crunchy when you first get it.
No, it's like water soluble thread. I keep it in a closed container. When it's not in use, because
it is. It's sensitive to the thing. And then the big thing, okay, do not let your dogs near anything of the water soluble stabilizers.
I wonder why.
Well, let me. Okay, before Kimberbell, when I would buy it on the bolt, I bought it on the bolt. I bought a brand new bolt of the plastic stuff because what I was needing, I needed that, and this stuff, and I brought it home and I put it in my sewing room, which is in the main part of my house type thing. So dog, Copper, rest that little dog soul. Okay, that big dog soul. He decided he wanted to try it. I don't know why, but he went over and
it's shiny.
I don't know, but it didn't. And so he chewed on the corner of both bolts, and of course, you know, if I'm trying to dissolve it, I need hot water. But not with the dog. His saliva was, and so he melted the two top corners, and yeah, so it totally messed up. I'm like, continue, I love your dog, but. Yeah, so don't let your dogs anywhere near it because they will drool or whatever on it and melt it away.
Not something I thought we would have to share, but you never know.
Some of us are blonde for a reason. But no, it was funny. I just put it down. I went and come back and, just, you know, so. Told them so. But a couple of different things. I brought a couple of packaging or things. Okay. So one of the things that you really do use the water soluble for is the freestanding lace. So this shows it with a couple of layers here. And this, see how it's so pretty? So all the stabilizer washes away. And this is actually supposed to be like a three-dimensional bell.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. I've got a bunch of those. The other thing is coasters.
Oh.
Okay. So if you use the Washaway coaster, now it's not like you're going to throw this in, because I've seen it where you tear away and you can tear away the fabric or the tear away stuff. But if you do it with coasters, you get the top and the bottom. Then you just cut about, I don't know if you guys can see it. You leave about an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch is too big, but about an eighth of an inch of the thing. And then what happens is then you take a little bit of a spray bottle and just get that wet enough to start melting it. Or you can use your finger and do that. I've done that too, but
a Q-tip would work.
That works too. But it's just when you're sitting at your desk and you just need to, but you just spritz it down and then you melt it and then you rub your finger onto it. And what happens is that starch, because that's what Washaway is, just a starch. You wash or you melt it into the threads and it gives it that extra stability in the threads in your coaster.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah, so if you're doing coasters and it calls for tearaway, use Washaway. And then you just can strengthen up.
Stabilize your edges.
You stabilize your edges better, and then you get that starch in there and it just reinforces those stitching.
See, that's the kind of info you can get at Embroidery and Me.
Embroidery and Me, a little bit
that type of technique.
But more in the embroidery experience, because that's where I'll share more and stuff like that. I share a little bit Embroidery and Me, but I'm more working with your stuff. But in embroidery experience, or in my classes, I give awesome tips because I'm just the tipper. I'm great at this. Yeah.
The tipper.
I've stopped letting Isabella go in and pick up, like when we buy some takeout.
Yeah.
And then let her go in.
She a big tipper?
Depends on how cute the server is.
I've never fallen under that.
She comes, I sent her in, she comes out. It was just like these drinks that we had gotten. She comes out. And they were supposed to be like it was supposed to be about like $12, and the bill was like $30. And I'm like, what did you do? And she goes, he was cute. How much did you tip? And she goes, it was worth it. For who? It was my card. Yeah, so don't let Isabella tip or take your card to do the tipping.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Okay.
Pay a lot.
All right.
But anyway, so that's our tips for today.
That's it for today, this week.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week with more.
We will be back next week.
Okay.
Go enjoy the sun.
Yes, get out there.
Yes. But remember your sunscreen. Yes. Bright red.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Bye.
bye. Nope, that's the wrong